Thank you. Thank you. She asked me for my bio. I didn't realize I was going to make a dyslexic person read it aloud in front of everyone she knows. I would have given her the short one. Would have given you the short one if I knew I was going to make you do that. I'm sorry for that. I thought you would just scan through and pick a thing. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thanks for just a round of applause for writing a book. I have not read it. I'm waiting for the Audible version, obviously. This is really cool. It's a book. I think the title's funny. It's I'm not dumb, I'm dyslexic, but I think it could be both. I know some people that could be both. That's crazy. Like, I don't know if I'd ever write a book. Like, I figure if I did, like, I guarantee, like, the editor would probably commit suicide. Probably. Or just retire. Like, you know what? I'll just rather quit my job than have to edit. This is crazy. Yeah, this is get right into it. My favorite letter in the alphabet is the letter V, because obviously I'm dyslexic, and that's one you can't really mess up. You know what I mean? Plus, if you write it accidentally write it lowercase, but you need it to be uppercase, it's a quick fix. You're writing a letter like, "Oh, my dearest Victoria." Shoot. Oh, cool. She'll never know. It's funny. So dyslexia in the dictionary, if you look up, it says the definition of dyslexia is a term that's a disorder that makes it difficult to learn to read or interpret letters, numbers, and symbols. But then the very last line of definition says, but does not impede general intelligence. And I feel like some insecure dyslexic person like made them add that at the end. Like, hold on. I'm not dumb. I just can't read. Right? Disorder. It's a disability. But it's like you don't hear anybody else with disabilities like trying to like say that. Like, it's not like somebody like, oh, you have a muscular disorder. Yeah. So you're handicapped? No. I just can't walk because of disorder. Yeah, like, we're not dumb. I can't read. It's a disorder. Like, so you're dumb. No, I just can't read. I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
Growing up, well, first of all, it was in the 90s, so people didn't really know what it was. It's like, oh, you're just dumb. It was hard we didn't know what it was. But I was given a calendar, and on each month was a different like famous person who achieved a lot, who was also dyslexic, like John F. Kennedy, Albert Einstein, Da Vinci, Tom Cruise, and they gave me this thing like, hey, look what else you can achieve. They achieved so much. And I was just like looking at it like, yeah, but they also codependent with middle child syndrome. Then we're not the same. We're not the same.
Oh my God.
Growing up in the 90s, being dyslexic meant you were in special ed, because like I said, they just like, well, just put them with all the other ones. They didn't disassociate between them. They're just like, these kids are all special ed. In the 90s, you're in your regular class, and then we just pull you out of class a couple times a week to give you some special attention, some special ed. And it was always me and this albino kid named Salvador. We were the two special ed kids. And they'd always come take us out of class, but they always take a couple of regular ed, some smarties to come with us. So like it wouldn't keep it like inconspicuous, But it only took like 2 weeks before a pattern started to form. And all the kids were like, hey, why is always John and albino Sal? What are they, dumb or something? And like albino Sal, like he was all messed up. He couldn't go out in the sun. He wore the big black glasses. His eyes were yellow. He looked like the cat from Alice in Wonderland. They would bounce back and forth really fast. But it was like he wasn't dumb. He just was blind. For me, I look normal, so they expected a lot more from me. Until it was like my turn to read aloud in class. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with John? He doesn't look that dumb. Like, it's bad when you're getting help on your English from the ESL students, They're like, no, it's I before E except after C. I'm like, C. speaking of reading aloud, that's the cruelest thing you could do to any kid. I don't care, dyslexic or not. I can't believe they still do it. They still do it in public school these days. It's crazy. And screw you if you're one kid who like actually liked to read aloud, who would volunteer. Like, screw yourself. You know, no one's impressed. Oh, you can read at a 5th grade level. Get out of here. I can't believe they still do that. Like, one day in class, I wore my bathing suit to school. Don't ask, it's a long story. I wore a bathing suit to school. So obviously I had no underwear on. And as we were lined up to go back into class in recess, another kid pantsed me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, but that wasn't the most embarrassing day at school that year. The most embarrassing day is when I had to read aloud a streetcar named Desiree. You know, it was terrible.
Yeah, right.
Like seriously, I'll never read aloud. I don't care what it is. I'd be getting married one day, and then the priest will say, "Okay, now the groom will read his vows." I was like, "We need to talk. I need to see somebody else. You know, I want a divorce." Just leave her at the altar. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Then you're gonna gotta say I do.
Being dyslexic, my smartphone makes me feel like a dumb user. You know, like have you ever texted a word so wrong your phone doesn't even have a suggestion for you? I tried texting a word. I tried texting inconvenient, and my phone just said, "What are you talking about, bro?" That's all it said. So embarrassing. I can't message girls that I like. I'm just like, "Hey, I'm really hopping to see you." You know. I was like, "Here you go, dude." I texted my friend one day. I was like, "Hey, I massaged you last time. How come you didn't massage me back?" He just blocked me. I don't even know what I said. Ridiculous. However, because of technology, I am living in a good time to pick up girls. You know, like if I was my grandfather, like World War II time, or even like my great grandfather, like turn of the century, like they had to talk to a girl. They had to write a letter with long form with a ink and a pen, and then go to the post office and mail it, and then wait for a return, and then read it, and then respond. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't remember last time I went to a post office, first of all. Plus, I have bad penmanship and I'm dyslexic. There's no way any girl would have responded to my letters, you know? But nowadays, like smartphone, there's autocorrect, there's Google. I was like, "Oh, you're from Idaho, you see?" And I just Google it real quick. "Oh, you got the largest mountain," you know? It's look like I know what I'm talking about. If I was my great grandfather, I would not be here today, is what I'm saying.
Oh my.
It's crazy. I mean, this is just a crazy time period, you know, like, it's pandemic and everything. And, it's really weird. Like, this is the first time that I've ever lived in a time or place where you had to clarify how somebody died. Like if you were to tell somebody that, you know, someone died, they just assume it's COVID, you know, like, "Oh, my brother died." It's like, "Ah, God dang COVID." No, he was just surfing, actually. Vaccinated, just surfing. You know? Like, I've been fortunate enough to never live in a time or place where that was the case, you know. In New York in the fall of 2001, it's like, "Oh, my dad died." Like, God dang terrorists. No, he was just surfing. He worked from home. It had nothing to do with that.
Wow.
Like, "Oh, my cousin died in Pearl Harbor." God dang Japs. No, this is 2 weeks ago. He was just surfing. Right? I feel like it was worse during the caveman times because everyone would just assume it's a dinosaur, no matter what happened. You know? It's like, "Hey, you hear Lucy died? Let me guess, T-Rex." It's like, no, staph infection. Can't keep anything clean.
She wasn't surfing.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, my neighbor in the cave next door passed away. Let me guess, Velociraptor? Suicide, actually. Yeah, really weird." Like, you never can tell. He seemed like he's doing great. Just got all those new cave paintings. He just got the wheel, you know? Like, man, why would he kill himself? I don't know. He just got a piece of wood, went out in the ocean, tried to stand up on it. It's really weird. I got a girlfriend over the pandemic about a year ago. I met a girl mid-pandemic. I was like, "You know what? This is worth dying over than dying alone." You know, I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment. in LA, it's terrible. Couldn't talk to nobody. My neighbors thought I wasn't respecting the quarantine because of how much they heard me talking to myself through the walls, you know. They're like, hey, you're not supposed to have guests over. I thought I heard a pirate and a prospect at your house last night. I met a girl and things are going great. And I told her, I was like, man, I wish I met you like 10 years ago. You know, I was younger, I was better looking, I got erections, there wasn't a global pandemic, you know. And she said the sweetest thing. She was like, don't worry, I'll be there for the next 10. And I was thinking, yeah, but I was like, that's gonna be like the worst 10. So, right? It's like, oh, you missed my 30th birthday in Vegas. Well, you'll be there at my 40th for the colonoscopy. That's gonna be real fun. It's ridiculous. We're a good match though. Like we're a good match. Like I come from a big Mexican family, and her parents are dead, so we don't have to split time on the holidays. You know? And, she makes a lot of money, and I do stand-up comedy. We're just a really good match. She's cool. She talks in her sleep. She talks so much in her sleep. She started a podcast, doesn't even know it. It's ridiculous. She uses a lot of tongue in bed, mostly to lick her fingers to turn the page of the book she's reading. Not very fun. I was like, you show off, you can read. She moans in her sleep sometimes. It's all cute, but then one time she laughed in her sleep, and I shook her awake. Like, hey, who the hell are you laughing at, huh? It's crazy. Zoom shows are cool. I mean, they got us through the pandemic. I can't believe I'm doing another one, but this is for a good cause. I'm glad I'm here. I got so used to the Zoom shows last year. I wasn't sure how I was going to do when live shows came back. I was like, am I going to remember my jokes while I'm wearing pants? I don't know if that's going to work. I have a couple. I spent a lot of time during the pandemic with my nephew and my niece. They're like, one's like 2 years old, other one's a year old, and I don't understand why baby clothes have so many pockets, right? Like my nephew has cargo shorts. He takes 4 fingers to pick up one Cheerio. He's not using those pockets. His keys are huge. They're not going to fit in those pockets anyway. Crazy. Like my niece has a dress with pockets. Like it's ridiculous. I think it's because like all the mom's clothes don't come with pockets anymore. So there's like, oh, just put in the kids. They'll carry your stuff.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. It's basically it's a purse that poops. That's all it is. I do come from a big Mexican family. I'm half Irish and I'm half Mexican. So obviously you could assume I was raised with alcoholism. But I'm sorry. I meant Catholicism, but they're similar. They both have their meetings, you know. People don't really want to be there to go just for the donuts, you know. A big difference with the two between alcoholism and Catholicism is that when you tell somebody, like with alcoholism, they're always saying it's a disease, it's not your fault. With Catholicism, they're always saying it's a sin, it's your freaking fault, you know.
Oh my
with you know, it's funny. I just learned this that in Ireland, the Irish invented Irish whiskey in the 14th century, and then they didn't have another invention until the 17th century. So they invented whiskey, and then they just drank for 300 years. And 300 years after they invented whiskey, their next invention was bowling. So wow. Yeah, I feel like they probably had some other ideas. Like the guy's like, hey, I got an idea for this new thing. And they're like, hey, we told you we just want to drink. Leave us alone. Stop bothering us. And then he came back. So like, whiskey. Yeah. He came back and he was like, hey, I got an idea for this new game. It's like, we told you we want to drink. It's like, this one you can do while you're drinking. It's like, all right, we're listening. You know? Something else I also learned is that, the study abroad program. I mean, if you're all dyslexic, you probably didn't study abroad. Just kidding. But we know people that have. We know people that went internationally and went and studied. So study abroad program started in the 1920s. People were going, foreign exchange students were going to different countries to study. And so that means there was probably people studying in Germany in like 1939, 30, 40-ish. Which that's got to be some weird letters home, It's like, like how school's been great, They have a really good arts program. The film studies is wonderful, but then the professor quit showing up for class. I don't know what's going on,
Oh.
Can't find any textbooks I need. I mean, I found the ceramics textbook, but why do we need a textbook for ceramics?
I know. Oh, my.
Something else that I learned that's crazy. I couldn't believe is that the first right-footed shoe was invented in 1818. I thought that would have been a lot longer ago, So before 1818, they had omnidirectional shoes. You ever put a shoe on the wrong foot? You ever do that? Every now and then, it's like a sandal or a slipper. There's never anything with laces. I'm good with laces, right? But before 1818, it didn't matter. They're all just square shoes. Put in perspective for you, the first horseshoe was invented in 400 BC. So that means for like 2,400 years, people were just walking around like, man, my feet are killing me, but this horses sure look comfortable. What's their secret? It's ridiculous. Like, no wonder the Crusades, they're going around killing everybody. They're so mad. Their feet hurt. That's all. They're just like pissed off because they had to walk around Europe with their feet hurting like that. That's why there was no dancing at the Boston Tea Party. Like their feet, they have 2 left boots on their feet. That's why in the Revolutionary War, soldiers would stand in a line and fire guns across the field at each other. Cause like, yeah, I'll fight, but I'm not taking one more goddamn step. My feet are killing me. Right? See the soldiers getting his leg cut off. It's not because he got shot, just because he couldn't take it anymore. He's like, just cut it off. I'm done walking. I'm over it. The news, there's been a lot of talk this past year about hate crimes and stuff. And I think we need a new name. We need to call it something different when there's a racially motivated crime, because isn't every crime a hate crime? Like are people out there stabbing fools they admire?
Good point.
Good point.
Like, hey, you're a great singer, asshole, and just punch each other. Like, no. Like if I got in trouble for a hate crime, they'd be like, oh, John committed a hate crime. He shot 50 people in downtown. It's like, whoa, hate crime, slow down. I don't hate anybody. I just love shooting people. It's a crime of passion.
No.
I'd be in jail, or they'd be like, hey, what are you in for? Oh, the hate crime. I tried to kill a bunch of Jews. I'm a Nazi. It's like, how about you? Yeah, same thing. A hate crime. I tried to kill my neighbor, Jerry. I freaking hate that guy. I am half Mexican. On my Mexican side, my mom, my grandma, great grandma, going down that line, I'm the 7th generation Californian. So
Wow.
It's we didn't cross the border crossed us situation with my family. Because if you know your history, California became a state in 1850. That wasn't that long ago. That was like 3.5 grandmas ago, That means one day in 1850, my great grandma woke up and was like, oh, hey guys, hey, we're American now. We're in America. Quit seasoning the corn. We're American. Hey, George, Jorge, spell your name with a G. We're in America now. Hey, everybody, quit being so misogynistic and racist. We're in America now. Actually, they do that here. You keep doing that. They do that here. That's popular. So like America wanted all the valuable parts of Mexico. They got California had gold, Arizona, New Mexico had silver, Texas had oil. So they wanted the valuable parts of Mexico, but then they kept all the names of everything, that's why I don't live in the Angels, California right now. Los Angeles is not English. Right? Texas is not an English word. They didn't even try with New Mexico. Like, we're going to call ours Mexico. It's like, yeah, but that's what we call ours. Fine. Better than Mexico, New Mexico, whatever. Just get out, Imagine if Canada did that to America right now, just like took all the valuable parts of America and left us with Florida. That's it. They'd be building a wall right now. Like, I'm sorry, we got to get this wall up, guys. They're coming up here, caravans of fan boats. They're bringing alligators with them, and not their best alligators. And then some random guy in New York's gonna wake up and just be like, "Hey, no freaking way, we're Canadian now. We're freaking Canadian. Put some gravy on those French fries. We're Canadian. I got your poutine right here." This is crazy. Going back to my nephews and stuff. So I don't think my brother's that good of a parent because one of my older nephews was acting up and he just said, "Hey, you better knock it off or you're gonna get a consequence." And I was just thinking, like, what, you don't give him a timeout or spank him? He's like, "Well, we like him to know that his actions have consequences." And I was like, that's like what kind of lame millennial parenting is that, you know? But then I was thinking about it. It's like, that might be the most like gangster parenting of all. Just be very vague and keep them in fear, you know? Like, hey, you better knock it off or you're going to get consequence. Might be a 10-minute timeout, or I might go upstairs and drown your little brother in the bathtub. Life's full of consequences, kid.
Oh no.
Oh, you want some cookies before dinner? That's fine. When you're 30, you have diabetes and you lose your foot. Consequence. It's like, geez. Our parents were emotionally available, but this is like psychological, you know? My brother's going to take my nephew to swim lessons, and he said, "Hey, meet me at the swim lesson. We'll hang out." So I pulled up on Yelp to get the address, and I couldn't help but notice there was a review that said, "My kid drowned and they wouldn't give my money back for the swim lessons."
Oh my God.
Yeah, intriguing to say the least. So I kept reading. Apparently, the lady paid for swim lessons all summer long. They went on vacation. The kid drowned on vacation, and she wanted her money back because clearly the kid didn't learn anything.
Oh.
Parking was good. 2 stars. Like 2 stars. That's a fair review when kid drowned. So now I follow her on Yelp because I know everything that she reviews is going to be not biased, just like right down the middle. You know? Like, "Oh, you want to try the new Mexican restaurant, El Coyote? Let's see what Maria thought. You know, she's not going to lie. You know?" Like 1 star. The nachos are terrible. It's like, geez, what they do with those nachos? They got worse reviews than the swim lessons.
That's funny.
I'm gonna do a couple more. Hold on. I'm going a little over, but I want to try some new stuff. I think
How
that's
are your guinea
that's
pigs?
the. What's that?
Your guinea pigs?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh, I think the blender is the most bipolar appliance in the house. You know, you guys have a blender because it's like there's different settings, but it's just one setting. You know, like they're all the same.
It's true.
Like it's either off or it's on. You know, it's just like, I just want to blend something. It's like, yeah, let's blend. Yeah, let's blend. Oh, maybe we'll just mince. We'll just try mince. Let's mince some shit up. Put it in. Let's mince. I'm like, whoa, Jesus, slow down. It's crazy. The toaster is like the chillest appliance. It's like the exact opposite because it's like, yeah, you want your bread warm and toasty? Give me a couple minutes. I got you. Like that's just super chill. You know? He could be starting a small fire in the kitchen and the toaster's like, psh, there you go. That's why that thing pops up. He's giving you a high five. There you go, bro. He's super chill. The ice machine on the refrigerator door, that's the saddest appliance because whether it has ice or not, it's trying so hard. Like it's
Yes.
it's just you stand for 5 minutes and it's just making all this noise. Like, dude, just give up. Throw in the towel. You got nothing. He's like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, like making all this noise. No, I got some ice coming. I got some ice. Oh, embarrassing.
I see you've been to my house.
That's what you call a humble brag. She has refrigerator ice. I got you. Now that it's getting cooler, winter's back. It's good because people aren't going to fight as much. Because I don't know about you, but you ever get in a fist fight with somebody when it's cold out? It's terrible. It hurts your hand as much as it hurt their face when you punch them. It's ridiculous. Right? You ever try punching someone wearing a puffy coat? They don't even know you punched them. It's ridiculous. I think that's why they invented slap boxing. So people like up in Minnesota, Michigan to fight during the wintertime, you know? Like, I'm gonna kick your ass, but open hand. You got to really hate somebody to want to fight him during the winter times. Like, just you wait. just you wait for me, my boots on and my coat. I'm scrape the ice off my windshield. I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna whoop your ass. You better be careful. You're on thin ice. Literally, watch where you step. It's thin ice right now. You guys were talking about like, you were going to go to cosmetology school and then your son's gonna be a bartender and like all these trades. I don't care what your job is, but if your job doesn't require the use of graph paper, you're useless to me. You're useless. Imbecile.
Graph paper.
I was doing this show at this college and all these kids were on their laptops and one guy had graph paper. I was like, he's the smartest person in this whole room right there. His job matters. You guys are just surfing the web, He's building stuff. Like if like when the end of the world's gonna come, they always have like the bomb shelter, like the ark to like save the important people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It'd be people with graph paper jobs. That's who's getting saved. They'd take a couple like artsy people, like a comedian. It wouldn't be me. It'd be like the best. It'd be like the Chappelle or who, like the best comedians. That's it. Maybe like two of them. I always think like, what if that, like, remember when the world was supposed to end in 2012? Like if they did that, then they would have taken like Cosby and not have known. And they're like, God dang it. We wasted the one comedian spot on this guy. We got to rebuild with this guy. I do have a important cause since just like she's right, Jess write the book for dyslexia. Mine, I hope people can get behind, especially the men. Is I think we need a new exchange policy when buying underwear, because every time I buy a new pack of underwear, I get it home, I put it on, it's always missing the bulge that's advertised on the package. It's so embarrassing. I try to take it back to the store. Like, come on, they're like, what's the problem? I was like, come on, look at that, man. Where's the bulge? Get my money back. And they're like, I'm sorry, we don't return or exchange underwear. I was like, man, this is bullshit. I'm gonna write a bad review. But parking was good, 2 stars. Parking was good, so 2 stars. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming and celebrating the book, the launch of the book. Please check me out on social media apps. There's realgoodcomedy.com is our website. You can find a bunch of links and videos on there. I have a lot of cool stickers. One you guys might like, which is this one right here. It says, what collage do you go to? Text font. If you send me a DM or a Venmo of any donation, $1 to $10, anything you want, and I'll a bunch of cool stickers and stuff. But thank you guys very much. Give back up to Jess.